Alright guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video. So, a funny little thing has happened here. They tweeted out last night the details for Frieza and Dodoria. These are characters that are obviously going to be on Frieza and Dodoria's banner. I should actually pull up their banner. I will do that right now. So here's Frieza and Dodoria's banner. This is like, again, if any of you summon on this, what? Bro, obviously there's like whales and stuff like that where like mega Frieza fans, sure, I get it for them, but like there's none of these characters are like relevant is what I would say. I mean, Frieza himself is good, but it's like conditional good. He needs terrifying conqueror characters, and guess what we've gotten almost none of in 2024. It's like a character like Physical Kid Buu is on Frieza's leader skill and does help Frieza, but Frieza needs terrifying conquerors. This is why, you know, I will go on these rants of I hate Dokkan Fest exclusive characters having this, and the comments are filled with people saying, oh, you're nitpicking, it's not a big deal, and then it turns into a big deal. That terrifying conqueror shit kills him, man. This shit is so trash. I mean, they could easily just give him good terrifying conqueror characters. It literally, factually, seriously, I'm so serious, would only take one good celebration and he could be up and running on a terrifying conqueror setup. It's not tough, but he doesn't have it yet. And is there a guarantee he's going to get it? No, there's not. In my opinion, I think these Dokkan Fest exclusive characters should be coddled, should be sucked off, should be made to look good, should be given lots of help. Look at what they did with Topo. That's what they should do for every single Dokkan Fest that drops, is what they did with Topo. So this banner is terrible. Bardock, unfortunately, I mean, is the only EZA this year that's like truly, you know, irredeemable. He's got potential, but remember, it's not, you know, what they could do 1 out of every 10 runs. What do they always do? And that's, you know, he starts with 100k defense. That's what he does. Ginyu's dead. Bardock is dead. Turles is dead. They're mostly dead. I mean, they're still a revived character, so you could do shenanigans with them. But, I mean, especially once UI and Evolution Blue Vegeta came out, this character lost all value, basically. Dodoria is an okay banner unit, unfortunately. Frieza has no slot 1 help. No one on Frieza's team could sit in slot 1 besides Hirudegarn. So a lot of times Dodoria ends up in slot 1. I hope you'll give Dodoria 30 dodge if you're planning on using Frieza. But Dodoria is not really a slot 1 character, but guess what? Someone's got to go there, right? Like, it's, in theory, you could say, well, yeah, remember, according to my comment section, there's no slot 1 characters besides Beast. And then there's Frieza. So them tweeting out Frieza, Dodoria, and then now Trunks does kind of make it seem like they will slide Trunks on Frieza's banner. Hopefully they don't just like make it like 8 featured units or something like that. Hopefully they remove like Bardock or Ginyu. You know, this guy needs to stay here because his EZA is coming. But, like, they could remove one of these two right here. One of these two could be gotten the hell up out of here off of this banner and then replace him with the Trunks. I would argue this is a good thing. It's better to just drop him like this than just hang on to him forever. I think that would be really dumb. Well, forever until after the sync and stuff like that, right? I think it's much better to drop him here. I don't think... like Global Player's reaction yesterday was unjustified or anything like that. I think it does make sense because Dokkan did kind of, it's like, hey, look at this. We got this shiny Global First. Aren't you guys excited? And then they kind of like yanked the rug out and it's like, oh, actually there's this Trunks you guys didn't get. Tough. Like that. It's just a shitty feeling. Like I totally think Global Player's frustrations with that were very valid. Now, Trunks coming out now doesn't completely make up for the fact that he should have just been on Rose's banner in February, but at least he's coming out now, and they're not just leaving him in limbo forever. The second he drops on JP, like, he's coming out on Global as well. So that is going to be a good thing, right? So it's good that Trunks is going to come out. I definitely do think that's a really good thing. Now, by the way, I believe if I would pull up my video, I did a data download video right before I took a naparoo about 6 hours ago. This was covered in the JP data download. Trunks was still not on Power Beyond Super Saiyan on JP. I believe on Global, I did double check. On Global, he's got it. Power Beyond Super Saiyan right there. But they did another data download, and they added it. So Trunks is now on Power Beyond Super Saiyan. So he's got it. Because that was just very clearly an obvious error. I mean, categories are a huge issue in Dokkan, always. So, it is nice for them to kind of do something about this. Yeah, let's look at, like, his linking partners. This guy situationally could be okay. Same with the LR. Situationally, he's okay. This guy in Red Zone movie Boss Rush is good. Oh, all these characters suck. Like, they're all just bad, basically. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be difficult to use Trunks because of this. It's actually so hilarious. It's the same thing as Frieza. The only difference is that this is a banner unit. I'm not really, crying about this. Whereas Frieza, Dokkan Festival exclusive, should not have this. No way, man. That should not be there. I could live with the intro, whatever. Even then, there's these two, which is like, it sucks, but whatever. It's just too many like, I don't know, bro. This is not how you make a good summonable character. Dokkan Fest exclusive, the anchor of the team. This is not how you do it. No, it's not. A slot 2 damage dealing character. Like, if Frieza could be a slot 1 god, it would make the fact that his team is weaker less of an issue. But he just, again, defense is always better than offense. It's always going to be more important. Those are always going to be much more valuable characters, right? This Frieza is structured like a yellow coin LR or something like that. It's so ridiculous. All right, so we can cover a lot of the global news. We talked about Trunks coming. Again, I would argue that this is a very good thing. There's no negative whatsoever about this guy showing up. Maybe some people are like, oh, now I feel like I've got a summon on the Frieza banner. No, you don't. No, you don't. Because this Trunks is not going to do very much for you. He's a time traveler category character, essentially. Like, that's where you have to run him. And that category is bad. Or there are some good characters on it now. But they're not characters that synergize with Trunks, like Fat Boo and Exchange Boo and shit like that. Like, these are not characters that are working with Trunks, really. So, I don't know. We'll see. I'm probably going to run the team led by Sort of Hope Trunks, but again, we'll see how things are going to go. A bunch of other things were announced to come to Global. So, we're actually getting, believe it or not, up to the LR Bobbity and Deborah battlefield. Global, the area where Global has been doing an A+ job is Battlefield. They've skipped several Battlefields. Now, Battlefield is going to have less Battlefield currency than JP over the last several Battlefields, but in truth, Global players, you would have to have been summoning during the 2nd anniversary, but, the top Global players will have way more currency than JP's ever gotten, because of those medals that you were able to get summoning during the 2nd anniversary. But obviously, we're talking about something that happened 8 years ago. So I do understand the frustration. But, the sync is the best thing moving forward. There's going to be a couple of rough corners getting to the sync, even besides the character release nonsense and stuff like that. Like, missing out on a couple of battlefields. It's going to be tough. You're going to have to pick and choose which characters you're going to want, because these characters are so damn expensive, man. They're so freaking expensive. And they're like, yeah, have fun. It's so stupid. Drives me nuts, man. But I like Bobbity and Deborah. I think they're a very good free-to-play character. I think if you're running a full Majin Buu Saga team, this character could help out. They could be very valuable. I've used them really well against the Cell Max boss. They're very good. Again, you just run them. So long as you're running a full Majin Buu Saga team, this could be a very nice free-to-play character. I would highly encourage you guys to give them full dodge, because again, they could do a lot, but the second they don't dodge, you lose. So it's like you're going to want, that's their mechanic, is dodging. So that's what you're going to have to do there. But they're very good. For a free-to-play character, I'd say they're very good. Now, they are Terrifying Conqueror, sure, but this is also not the type of character that's going to help out Frieza because, you know, these Majin Buu Saga restrictions. Now, again, to clarify, on a free-to-play character, I do not care about this. I would much rather they do this to make the character good, which is they did, than try and make them okay, mid, or bad on every team, right? Like these restrictions on free-to-play character subs, shit like that are good. Dokkan Fest exclusive TUR? No, absolutely not. All right, so there's that. Then next, the second movie Red Zone is going to be coming to Global. This does make sense to drop in this celebration. Global is going to be getting new stages leading all the way up to the anniversary. It's a fun Red Zone. The Tao fight is a throwaway. Wheelo can be kind of fun because the Wheelo fight can, you know, it's several phases, so it could go on a little bit longer sometimes. The Broly stage is pretty inconsequential. Broly's not doing anything special. Bio Broly is also not really doing anything special. It's also incredibly difficult to even see the giant Bio Broly phase. Hirudegarn can be tough because Hirudegarn has 50 million defense towards the end. And then, well, I was going to say he hits very hard, but he hits hard for a pre-9th anniversary boss. Beerus can be very challenging because Beerus has a territory. And Beerus, you know, he kind of goes into that difficult phase of his pretty quickly, and you can't dodge him, and he hits so hard. Like, Beerus is definitely a 9th anniversary level boss. I haven't really done a lot of showcases against Beerus. I probably should, but there's actually just 50 good stages right now. And then Golden Frieza is a tough fight as well, but the momentum for this fight is killed because it ends with this countdown super boss, right? It's like this Frieza hits moderately hard, Golden Frieza hits decently hard, and then this guy is a killer, but it's a countdown attack, and he's very squishy. So, yep, there's that. There's the Red Zone, second movie Red Zone that's coming to Global. The Whis event is getting its revamp. I'm going to do a video talking about this specifically. I'll probably put it up later today. I finally made my thread just going over how absolutely god-awful this event is. It's actually just, like, offensive. Because it's just, like just quickly, right? Like, I believe this is an equip. I haven't used any of these. I believe. So this is, you know, we got this is 4 crit, 3 dodge. And then every run is 30 stamina. And then just look at this. I have look at these. Look at these numbers of these I've got. You guys see how many runs this is? This 30 stamina. Every number right here is 30 stamina. 30 times 173. Like, you guys see, right, the lengths it takes to get just a couple, like, it's crazy. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. There was a bunch of comments asking, is this stage good for link leveling? Actually, yes. I've finished a lot of characters. To be fair, I've grinded this stage endlessly. But you get good link levels in here. Believe it or not, you do. And then finally, the Dragon Ball story. I didn't really show, so we have new quests will come in. The Dragon Ball story, this is where Goku, Krillin, and Bulma come from. Obviously, Battlefield is where the Ize, Babidi, and Dabura come from. Red Zone Movie 2, this is the Frieza Dokkan event, and then the Whis event revamp. This character, I mean, maybe if Dragon Ball Saga or Earthbred Fighter kind of gets, you know, rounded into shape a little bit better, people will just assume, oh, Earthbred Fighter is great, but running double 23rd World Tournament Goku or double Yamcha is like asking for death. Both of those characters are power creep to hell. So Earthbred Fighters needs like a better leader. This character, after their EZA, if, you know, these types of characters were a little bit stronger, certainly it could be interesting. Again, these free-to-play characters these days are actually relatively decent. I don't think that this character is bad in any way. So, let me know what you guys think. A lot of news here for Global. Remember, Global is this is gonna be the last celebration, the last month leading into anniversary for Global. And then after anniversary is probably Topo, and then probably the Sync. Like, it's Global is probably going first form Frieza. I think the LR Ginyu Force should come in part 2 because the LR Ginyu Force had a lot of stuff that seemed tied to the celebration. Like, let me go back to this. So they revamp the Team Bardock and Team Ginyu events to make them easier to grind. I did videos on all this stuff, right? The Team Bardock camp, I went over all this shit. And then they also revamped the Bardock EZA area The reason they do this is because the LR Team Bardock is going to get their EZA as well. And then when the LR Ginyu dropped, we got the Legendary Frieza event, a bunch of missions. It would make sense for the Legendary Frieza event to drop this month on Global. But then also, the Ginyu Force EZA area gets revamped when LR Ginyu comes out to match all of this. So I would imagine they're just going to combo all that stuff together in 1 month for Global. And then Topo will come at the start of August, is what I'm going to assume. I guess, I mean, could the JP Part 2 LR, probably Blue Vegeta, maybe Blue Goku, maybe some other Trunks or something like that, could that show up on Global for Part 2? Yeah, it definitely could as well. But regardless, Global's going to end up behind one Yellow Coin LR unless they drop both on the banner or something like that. That would be good. But that they would need to do something like that, or they're going to be behind a Yellow Coin LR when this thing happens. So let me know what you guys think about all these shenanigans. Global, always exciting, man. Always.